Are you lying to HR again? Veronica almost shouted, pointing at my desk, her eyes sharp and fierce. 3 years of patience and effort were treated as a joke in that moment, and I knew I wouldn't remain silent. I lifted my head, my voice steady. I haven't lied to anyone. The documents on the desk, the pen in my hand, were my tools waiting for a counterattack. She sneered with provocation, but I simply needed to quietly organize the evidence, letting the facts gradually expose her arrogance. When the truth was revealed to everyone, her confidence, mockery, and authority would completely collapse. Yet Veronica leaned in close, almost touching my face. Just for those 3 days of remote work in a private office, you dare to make up stories? Everyone can see it, nobody will believe your performance. I could see Tom standing in the corner, frowning, holding a report, as if weighing the seriousness of the situation. His gaze flickered between me and Veronica. Jennifer, the HR director, leaned against the doorframe, flipping through a folder, her expression calm and stern, like a judge in a courtroom. The hum of the printer and the tapping of keyboards created the background score, while everyone held their breath. I took a deep breath, pulled my chair closer to the desk, and pushed the folder toward Jennifer. These are my medical records, lab reports, and doctor's diagnoses. I have trimethylaminuria, a metabolic disorder that prevents me from controlling my body odor. This is why I require remote work in a private office. Veronica sneered, a disease? Don't joke. You're not sick, you're just lazy. Her tone was full of provocation. A few colleagues coughed softly, trying to hide their laughter or embarrassment. I gripped the pen, my knuckles whitening, but remained calm. Jennifer opened the folder and frowned. You need to provide complete medical documentation within 48 hours, or we will revoke your special arrangements and consider disciplinary action. I nodded. I will provide it. Sweat seeped into the papers from my palms, but I tried to appear calm, though my heartbeat had already accelerated. Veronica turned away, her back straight, tossing over a parting remark. Don't think this will let you escape everyone's eyes. The air seemed to freeze, and I could feel the subtle gazes of my colleagues, like cold gusts of wind, chilling. Back at home, I sat at the small apartment desk, medical documents and doctor letters spread across the surface. Leaning back, I took a deep breath and reflected on the past 3 years of patience and planning. Every day had been like walking a tightrope, a single misstep could reveal everything. For 3 years, I strictly controlled my diet, low choline, no fish, minimal eggs, taking activated charcoal every 4 hours, showering 3 times daily, using special soaps and detergents. Every meeting, every team lunch, required careful planning to avoid the risk of exposing my condition. I remembered the first time I was questioned at lunch in the office. Sarah came to my desk, wrinkled her nose. Why are you always alone? Is there some weird smell? I smiled and explained I just liked quiet, but she lightly replied, okay, but I still feel something's off. I lowered my head, cheeks burning, the stares of colleagues like cold needles pricking my heart. At that moment, I realized I not only had to endure my illness, but also others' misunderstanding and suspicion. Another time, during a company team-building event, everyone gathered around the barbecue. I deliberately kept my distance from the food, afraid of exposing my odor. Someone whispered, "Is she afraid of the smell? Or is she hiding something?" I could only smile bitterly, feeling humiliation and helplessness. That sense of exclusion and scrutiny lingered like a shadow over my life. Now, Veronica treated my 3 years of effort as a public joke. She knew I was trying my best to hide, yet maliciously slandered me. I organized all the documents, printed, bound, and annotated every page, from doctors to labs to professional organizations. Every HR call, I responded patiently, secretly planning. If the documents couldn't change my colleagues' prejudice, I would have to let them see the truth with their own eyes. Every day at my desk, I felt Veronica observing me from the corner, her gaze cutting like a knife. 3 years of self-discipline and restraint gave me calm and patience. I knew that once the truth was revealed, her pride and malice would utterly collapse. I told myself quietly, this was not only for me, but for those who had doubted or mocked me. Every night at home, I repeated my cleaning and medication routine 3 times, while calculating tomorrow's meeting schedule to ensure perfection. I rehearsed possible dialogues in my head, how to explain if someone doubted me, how to provide evidence if HR questioned me. Every detail was part of the plan for justice, not revenge, but revealing the truth. On Monday, the all-staff meeting proceeded as scheduled. The conference room was packed, 50 people squeezed into a space meant for 30, the air stifling. The CEO was presenting the quarterly report. I sat in the corner, lightly tapping the desk with my fingers, taking a deep breath. 3 days ago, I had stopped taking activated charcoal, returned to a normal diet, and skipped special soaps and showers. The changes in my body were gradually emerging, and I calmly observed everyone's reactions, already planning in my mind. 10 minutes in, the odor began to spread. The front row developers were the first to wrinkle their noses, a few covering their noses, whispering, "Do you smell that? It's fishy." I watched them silently, quietly calculating. The next few minutes would be a testament to my 3 years of effort. Jennifer frowned and stood, surveying the room. "Everyone, please step out and open windows for ventilation." The CEO stopped mid-sentence, confused. I slowly stood, my voice clear and steady. "This is my illness, trimethylaminuria. I cannot control my body odor. This is why I require remote work in a private office." The room erupted in shock. Veronica froze, hand over her mouth, her expression shifting from confidence to disbelief. Seconds later, her face contorted, cheeks flushed, fingers trembling, unable to argue. I stayed calm, looking her straight in the eye, feeling an unprecedented sense of relief. The smell in the air made colleagues gradually step back. Jennifer remained stunned, clearly struggling to comprehend the situation. I continued to explain, "These are all my 3 years of management and medical documentation. Today, you have seen the truth with your own eyes." I slowly sat down, maintaining composure, as if sitting on the throne of my small kingdom. The next day, HR contacted me to confirm the incident. I provided office surveillance showing Veronica repeatedly entering my office without permission, even sitting in my chair and breathing the air near my desk when I was absent. Jennifer frowned and finally announced, "Sarah, you are immediately terminated for harassment." I returned to the office, sunlight streaming in, air fresh. I sat back at my computer, opening the remote work software, confirming my permanent remote work approval. The phone rang. It was Tom, his tone full of apology and respect. "I'm sorry you had to go through all of this. Your perseverance has shown everyone the truth." 2 months later, I moved to a small fishing village in the northeastern United States. The sea breeze carried the true smell of the ocean, no office pressure, no colleagues' misunderstanding. I could live freely while managing my condition, finally experiencing safety and respect. Whenever I recalled Veronica's expression, I felt a sense of relief. Past humiliation and challenges had transformed into my victory and serenity.